It's been more than 24 hours since that dramatic plane crash at Pearson Airport. The story has captured global attention with aviation experts from all over the world asking, how did this happen? 2 runways, they're still closed, and officials say that the wreckage of the plane is expected to stay on the tarmac for another 48 hours, while members of the Transportation Safety Board and U.S. FAA carry out their investigation. Okay, let's turn to more video. This stunning footage shared by Air Plus News, it really tells the story. It shows the plane touching down, and after hitting the runway, part of the aircraft burst into flames, and then the Delta jet flipped upside down. What comes next is that thick black smoke coming from the wreckage. Remarkably, all 80 people on board survived, but at least 21 people were injured, including a child. All but 2 have been released from hospital.
Everything, drop it. Come on.
This video posted to Instagram shows passengers scrambling to get out of the overturned jet. The Bombardier CRJ-900 aircraft, it was arriving from Minneapolis. That's when it crashed during landing around 2:15 yesterday afternoon. The crash halted all flights at Pearson for a few hours. And survivors are recounting what it was like being aboard Delta Airlines Flight 4819 and the moment that the plane crashed on landing.
I always look forward for the descent and the touchdown. So for me, it was really a hard touchdown. I was so aware of that, so hard, and then that's the time it was outbalanced and it flipped up. And then all I know that I was so conscious. I'm so pretty conscious that I was praying. I mentioned Jesus. I mentioned Saint Joseph, of my patron saint, and then everything there comes so fast, and then it stops.
The chief paramedic with Renfrew County in Eastern Ontario happened to be at Pearson Airport yesterday and jumped in to help after the crash. Mike Nolan was there to pick up another paramedic who was arriving for a conference. That man happened to be on the flight that crashed, and Nolan initially went to help him.
And in doing that, was asked to assist in assessing a number of people that were secure on a bus as a holding place for staging. In doing that, it gave me the opportunity to work with the field paramedics who did an exceptional job of managing the situation. And, having 18 complex patients requiring hospitalization is a Herculean effort unto itself. So by being able to take some of the pressure off of that and being able to support the lower acuity patients, Pete included, I feel like I was able to contribute in a positive way without getting in the way.
And some Canadians trying to get home have been stranded at airports, with hundreds of flights at Pearson either canceled or delayed over several days.
We were supposed to get home on Sunday, and we've been waiting since the storm, and then now with the plane crash, we are getting back on Thursday, hopefully. This is just really annoying. We don't have any accommodations right now, so we're really struggling to get somewhere to stay.
Well, Kim Webster with the Transportation Safety Board offered an update on the investigation today. Webster says that the cockpit voice and flight data recorders have been recovered and will be analyzed, but it's too early to determine what caused the crash.
What we know so far is that this Bombardier CRJ-900 aircraft behind me, operated by Endeavour Airlines, was carrying 80 people. It was arriving at Pearson Airport from Minneapolis when it impacted the runway during landing. Following this initial impact, parts of the aircraft separated and a fire ensued. As you can see here, the fuselage came to rest slightly off the right side of the runway, upside down, facing the other direction.
And 2 of Pearson's 5 runways are expected to be closed until at least Thursday afternoon, impacting operations at the airport. And for more on how travelers will be affected, we're joined by CP24's Melissa Duggan at Terminal 1. Melissa.
Hey, Bakari. So behind me here, I'm watching planes take off, watching them land, watching them taxi around as well to get to the airport. It looks like business as usual, but it certainly isn't right now. Not normal operations. As you mentioned, it's because 2 of the longest runways here at Pearson, 2 of the 5, are currently not taking any flight traffic on them. And that's because of this plane crash, the wreckage still on the runway right now. And it's not as expected to be cleared out and brought back into normal operations for at least a couple of days. Weather could be seeing that stretch even longer as well. According to Flight Aware, that's a flight tracking service, delays, they are averaging for departures an hour and 5 minutes. That's the average, and that number is increasing at the moment. We're also seeing delays with arrivals as well. Anyone waiting for anybody at Pearson right now probably having to pack some patience. I saw a lot of people today holding flowers, very excited to have their loved ones land. But yeah, they could be waiting a little bit longer for that. And because of that, there is some frustration among travelers right now who are looking at those boards, seeing the word delayed, canceled on there, and wondering what's going to happen with their trip. I want to share some experiences we're hearing today. Have a listen.
Canceled completely, so you have to find someplace to stay, and you have to find someplace to, spend the night, but you don't even know how long you're going to be.
Eventually it got delayed multiple times, and then it got canceled eventually. And we stayed in the airport for the whole night.
Rough situation, but then the Air Canada has helped me out a lot with the reschedule as well. But the current situation in Pearson Airport it's tough right now.
We're about 5.5 hours delayed. This is our third delay notification. The third one for the extra 2 hours came as we were already in the car.
So the wreckage from that plane crash still on the ground here at Pearson. The investigation continues. Some dozens of investigators still on the ground trying to piece together what exactly happened. Once that on-the-ground portion of the probe is completed, then they have to collect all of that wreckage, move it out, and then there may be some repairs that could be needed along the runway as well. So once all of that is completed is when service is expected to get back to normal here at Pearson. As we heard today, that could be about Thursday, kind of a moving target there, though. It's something that we're watching closely. Back to you, Bakari.
Okay, continuing our coverage from Pearson Airport, CP24's Melissa Duggan. Thank you.